Hello, everyone. I'm Jay Cottrell, Global Marketing Communications Manager at Laser Technology Incorporated. Every Tuesday around 2 o'clock, we will be talking with a product manager or an LTI employee or an industry expert and just having a conversation. We'll be live for about 15 minutes, so it's just long enough for a coffee break. Today, Vinny Alvino, our traffic safety product manager at LTI, has agreed to join me. Thanks for taking the time to meet with me, Vinny.
Well, thanks for having me today. I feel like one of those talking heads on Fox News now.
You are. You're going to be an internet star.
Good. I'll give it a whirl.
This week is Police Week.
Yes.
And we do honor the sacrifices of these brave men and women. We also recognize that this year's events have been changed quite a bit for everyone. What would you say is the most meaningful part of Police Week, either this year or any year for you?
Yeah, I think Jay, any year that every year that it takes place, I'm just glad to see that we take time out of everybody's busy schedules to honor those that have given their lives. I mean, back when this was established in the '60s, whereas they had one day for it, and then it became an entire week type event of activities. I just think it's good that they could give that kind of time to something like this. Like you said in your opener, that they're, the heroic deeds that they've done, they've given the ultimate sacrifice. So I think the time is, it's well spent to remember them so that they're not forgotten. Not only them, but, their families have to still go on with that, with their loved one gone. So I just think it's a good way to honor them and their families. So
I agree. I think it's a great thing that we do, and I think that we should be honoring them at every day of the year and not just during this 1 week in this month.
Correct, yeah.
So, to talk more about traffic safety,
okay.
As you are the product manager,
right?
What aspect of traffic safety do you think would be the most important?
Well, that's an interesting question. Of course, we want to take the equipment that we manufacture and sell to change behaviors out there for the drivers. But the longer I'm in it, I'm going on 10 years now of being the product manager for that division, I think one of the things that strikes me even more so than changing the driver behavior is that we really need to be aware of the officer safety portion of this. When you read the statistics about how many police officers are injured when they do a traffic stop, it's just staggering. I mean, it makes no sense that people can't pull over and all that kind of thing. So when we design equipment now, we try to keep that in mind. And so we have with some of we always have, but now for sure, that's a big part of what we do when we're designing a product, how it can be used by them in a safer way, so that they can go home at night too. I think we forget sometimes that, their dads and moms as well, they want to go home at the end of their shift. And so I think it's in our behalf, doing what we do with that kind of manufacturing of product to make sure that they're as safe as they can be when they're doing their jobs. So, that's why we have such long ranges and things of that nature, that they could be off the road safely when they're doing their job. So,
do you have any stories about how our products have actually demonstrated better safety for them?
Yeah, well, like our latest one, the True Vision, for instance, with the ability to not only capture the speed and range, but also the image of the infraction, they could now send that with the ticket, or some of them have a back office where they could send it to the offender now that way and never have to get out in places like, let's say they're around a bridge area that's quite very hard to do traffic enforcement on a bridge, or they're in a work zone or something like that. So it enables our police officers now to do that work at a safe distance and not have to get into that very it just puts them in a compromising position when they're trying to go after somebody that has sped, and they're trying to change that behavior, for the community, and they're trying to do it on the narrow part of the bridge or something like that, or a work zone, which is, I don't know about you, but when you drive past the work zone, it's hard enough to just keep your mind on the road. There's so many signs and so many of those, that caution you away from the work zone that it gets confusing. And that just makes it a very tight space in which to work. So our products allow them to be able to get, an image, and they can take care of that infraction without having to literally go and stop them on the side of the road. So that's what's taking place now a lot in a lot of cities.
I imagine with the current pandemic, this is also an advantage for the True Vision, so that they don't have to unnecessarily expose themselves or other people.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I mean, yeah, right now, you're absolutely right. I mean, they're trying to minimize stops as it is, right? We read about that all the time, how the jobs of police officers has changed a bit for that reason, so they're not always around people that might have it or get infected by it, bring it home to their families. So yeah, our equipment allows for that too, especially the newest one, the True Vision. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So you already told me how many years you've been at LTI, although you do joke that you've been with the company forever.
Yeah, forever. Yeah, you're getting that down a little bit. Yeah.
I didn't grow up in the city, but I can figure it out. So I'm not going to ask you that question.
Okay.
I would like to hear how you got connected with LTI. Like, what brought you to LTI in the first place?
Yeah, it was. I think it's really interesting. So at the time, this 10 years back now, I found myself out of work. I got laid off from a company in April of 2010. And one of the things I've done all my work in life is to have at least one part-time job. I don't know why, I just always have. Well, I've always done a lot with catering. And so I got a hold of them. I said, I'm out of work now. Can you put me to work more full-time, even though I was part-time? They said, yeah, we'll find something for you to do. So anyway, long story short, the first function I got where I needed to manage it from the back of the house, from the kitchen, was for the Laser Technology company summer picnic. So I pulled up there, and at the time, our HR person was Angela, was her name. I don't think you might remember her or know her. And she said, hey, we got to talking, hey, you do catering full time? I said, well, I am right now. She said, what's your normal job? I said, well, normal, I've been a product manager for about 25 years in various companies. But I said, I find myself now to be an unemployed product manager. And she said, you know what? She said, come August of this year, she said, even though it's a few months away, we're going to have an opening for a product manager. I said, well, you know what, keep me in mind. And, she said, send me your resume, and I did. And at that party, I got to know everybody. I mean, it's like a family to begin with. And so at that company summer picnic at Dove Valley, I'll never forget, I'm cooking up burgers and chicken and stuff. And everybody's coming by one at a time. People that I work with today, but back then I was just getting to know them. And so that's kind of how I got introduced to laser technology. And sure enough, come August, Angela gave me a call and said, we told you we'd give you a call. Come on in. And, she told me there were 3-4 people or however that looked. And I said, all right, I'll give it a whirl. So I came in, but by the time I got in, I already kind of felt comfortable with everybody. I mean, goodness, I had met Pam at the picnic, Roosevelt. These are people that, to you and me, we know who they are. We work for them and with them. And so most of the people that I interviewed with, I had either cooked them up a hot dog or a hamburger.
You fed them.
I already fed them. And once you break bread with people, it's a rule in an Italian household. Once you break bread with people, that's a solid deal. You're family. So I really felt at ease when I, finally came in for the formal interview. I guess I was interviewing all day at the grill. I don't know, but nonetheless, that's how it came to pass. And I've been there 10 years now. So
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
What keeps you going? What brings you back to the office?
Well, what I like to think about, so when I was younger, I kind of wanted to be a school teacher. I felt like I had that, personally, people tell me I think like a third grader. So to me, that made sense. So, because I felt it was a noble profession. And that never came to pass. And then I found I liked product management. But now that I'm doing product management with traffic safety, I really feel like the things that I do for the company and our company itself makes a difference in the safety of people as police try to change driving behavior. So we do a noble feat, I think. Now, I'm not a school teacher, and we're not all school teachers at LTI, but I think we have a noble purpose in the community, and so that's what drives me every day because of the type products that we make.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. And plus, I get to come see you every day.
Well, thanks, Vinny. But you don't get to see me every day right now. How have you liked working from home? Is it quieter for you?
Yeah, so I've never, ever had a job where I work from home, ever. And when we were first told we were going to be working from home, I thought, well, maybe I'll try it for a day or two, and then I'll tell Jordan, our boss, who at least you and I know, that I couldn't take it, and I have to go back and work, and I'll work alone in the building. I just have to. But the more, as I'm working from home more and more, I'm enjoying it more and more. I think, you get quite a bit done. I think when you do connect with people on Teams or whatever they're using, Blue Jeans or GoToMeeting or whatever they're using, I think the times of connection are they're better or deeper or what. I don't know what word would be the best. I think the meetings kind of almost mean more. Like in the building, you just kind of pop in somebody's office and disturb them with what they're doing. I know I do that to you, and
I do it to you all the time.
But, now, when you're getting together on something, you're typically doing it for a reason, and so everybody's pretty focused and that kind of stuff. So I enjoy working from home now. But I know come June we'll be back, so I'm looking forward to that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, some quick questions for you.
Okay.
What's your favorite product?
Well, I'm going to have to say my favorite product is our latest one, the True Vision. Two reasons. A, it's very technologically advanced. It's actually the most advanced product we've ever made technologically, but it is so easy to use. I love when I have an opportunity to demo it with a police officer, or they'll call me on the phone and they may have some questions. It's really so easy to get them on track or to show them how to do things with it, even though it does so many things. It's so easy to use. It was really designed, it's a brilliant design. So I really enjoy using that one the most. I like that one the best.
Okay. So now everybody knows who your favorite kid is.
That's right.
How are we celebrating 20 years with LTI 2020?
Yeah, so that's a good question. We have, so this is the 20th year of the first speed product we made. So we have all kinds of promos going on. So you and your team have been kind enough to put together promotional flyers and things like that. So, we have some where there's substantial monies off, or perhaps you buy one item and you get a piece of software at no charge, so that it's a bundle. When you bundle it together, it's a worthwhile proposition for you to purchase. So we're just doing those kind of things with our products this year.
That sounds great for anybody who's got budget to spend.
That's right, yes. It's, and one of the other things too, thank goodness, even with this COVID kind of stoppage in the middle for April and March and April, we've been able to do rather well still. That was a great incentive for people to purchase, and they have, and now they're getting ready for new budget cycles. So yeah, it's been a good way to celebrate the 20 years, for sure.
Well, I hope everybody's enjoying getting some promotional pricing.
Yes, I know. I wish Apple would. Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't know anything about Apple.
I'm just kidding. So.
What is the first thing you're going to do when things start moving back towards normal?
Well, I guess if it's not work related, the first thing I'm going to do is go to a Colorado Rockies game. I cannot wait to go to a baseball game. I mean, it's killing me not to even be able to see it. But I think from an office standpoint, I think I'm looking forward the most to just popping in everybody's office and bothering them and just to see people. That part of you do miss everybody, you know. I mean, the meetings are good and they're focused and you get a lot done, but you just miss everybody. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do miss.
I don't know if we'll be able to hug people back then or shake their hands or whatever, but I guess whatever we can do, we'll do when we get back to the office. So.
As soon as we're cleared for hugs, we should watch out for you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right. Well, we've talked a lot of work. I have a random question for you. What's your favorite pizza topping?
Okay.
As an Italian.
Here's the deal. Okay. So the reality is it should just be cheese, maybe with pepperoni. And I want to say to all the American people out there today that put things like Canadian bacon and pineapple on it, okay, stop that immediately, because that pizza was not meant to have any of that kind of stuff on it, okay? So cheese is fine or pepperoni is fine, but that's about it, just the purest.
I don't think I could agree with that one, Vinny. But I'm not Italian, so there we go.
Sorry, man.
Well, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and meeting with me.
It was fun. Thanks for having me.
Next Tuesday, we will be talking with Derek, who
Okay.
is the Senior Product Manager for Professional Measurement. And to everyone who has been watching, if you have any comments or suggestions for our Tuesdays at 2 series, please post them below.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.